Hi.
Hi, my name is Mamta and I am the co founder of Believing Good. And welcome to another episode of Normalizing Mental Health Conversations. Today, I am extremely excited and equally nervous to speak with one of our guests today, who I have been knowing for a long time now. We also worked at the same organization in the past, and she's someone who has been breaking the ceiling in a lot of ways. Today, joining in with me is Prarthana Kaul, who is the co founder of Giftabled. Giftabled is a social enterprise, an award winning enterprise in India, which works with people with disabilities. Pratna has been quite instrumental in creating an inclusive space for people with disability across the country. Pratna and her team has worked with thousands of volunteers and non-profit organizations in India, wherein they have sensitized people towards a lot of causes. They also work with the top MNCs in the world, wherein they come together to create a more diverse and inclusive space for people with different ability. I welcome you, Pratna, and I would like to you to say something about yourself before we start the conversation.
Thank you, Mamta, and good connecting after a long time. And it feels good. And I don't know why you said you're nervous.
I am because I know for a fact that you are someone who has immense amount of knowledge when it comes to your cause that you have been supporting for a long time, and I'm someone who would not know so much about it. So it's a new learning for me as well as people who are going to listen to us.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Thank you. Thank you so much for that kind welcome note, introduction. And yes, I worked with corporate sector for a couple of years, moved to social sector almost decade and a half back. Started Giftable 8 years back. So yes, have cherished every day. I remember when I was moving from corporate world to social sector. In fact, there were people, there were a lot of friends who said it might not be easy journey because you're moving from
absolutely.
corporate world to social sector. But the day I put in my papers, I joined the social sector till date. I think I have cherished every day, and
Absolutely.
yes, so that's about me. Have got a chance to work with 10,000 plus volunteers, hundreds of NGOs, working on different issues. Have got an opportunity to fundraise for a couple of organizations, and
Amazing.
now run the organization on my own, which is Giftable. Yet believe in cause of volunteering and supporting different issues, so I keep
Absolutely.
volunteering on and off for different issues, keep spreading awareness about different causes that are there in the social sector,
Absolutely.
be it children, education, human rights, civic issues, disability, and the causes will go on. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I know for a fact that people who have worked with you have always been happy around you. So, yeah. So, before we start the conversation, let me put across the context to you. In this conversation, Prarthana is going to unfold some of the root causes that people with disability, different ability, go through since their childhood, and how stigmatization of these people really affects their mental health. And also in this conversation, what we intend to do is to bring more inclusiveness, bring more respect to these people in our community. So, to head off to the questions, I would like to understand from you, Prarthana, that what do you mean by people with different ability, and why do we call them people of different ability rather than calling them people of disability?
I would strongly recommend calling them as people with disabilities, because, say, for example, today I'm in conversation with you, right?
Hmm.
And there are people who are watching this. There may be people who are disabled who are not, right?
Right.
I have a friend who is visually impaired. I have a friend who is hearing impaired. The only difference between them and me is probably he or she can't see. I can see, Although if I remove my specs, vision is blurred, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Similarly, someone can't hear, I can hear. The only difference is there is some disability. So instead of giving importance to their disability, we start giving importance to the person first. So instead of even saying, hey, you know what, today Mamta's session, there were people who are listening, are people with special abilities, different abilities, and there are normal people. We end up calling people who do not have any disabilities as normal, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
instead of complicating things, can I use people first language? Can I give importance to the person first? And I
Yes.
say, instead of using, today's Mamta session is being heard by normal and people with special abilities, differently abled, and all that. I can always say, hey, you know what? Today's session, there were people with and without disabilities. How simple
Oh,
is it?
oh, right, right. So my question was wrong here. Absolutely, is that what you mean to say, that I do not have to put ability or different ability or disability in the first place?
Yes, always use people first language. Legally, also, that is right. And we should consciously start making that effort instead of
Hmm.
saying, as in by calling them as, you have special abilities, you are differently able. We ourselves are creating that, we want to work on inclusion. But
Yes,
then somewhere we ourselves are saying, अरे तू थोड़ा हटके है, तू different है, तू अलग है. क्यों अलग है? कोई अलग नहीं है. What is disability? If I have to ask this, disability is nothing but our closed mindset and
right,
inaccessible environment. If
right.
environment is fixed, if we start having infrastructures that are accessible, if we start getting aware and work on our mindset, slowly the whole thing of disability will disappear and the person will always be given importance, right? So I think we should start using people with disability. It takes some time to adjust and say, okay, no, I want to call them differently able to.
Yeah.
I am saying, no, let's use that people first language. Let us say, hey, in my office there are people with and without disabilities.
Right, 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 right. So people
Yeah.
with and without. I remember we had I had attended one of your events at a corporate, and one of the persons had mentioned that rather than calling people with disability, we should look at ourselves and see we are also someone who's disabled. We never know
Right.
that. Yeah, we never know how our mental state is, and probably at that point of time we are disabled. So every person in this
Exactly.
entire world at some point of time is disabled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, 85% of the people with disabilities have acquired disability, which means I'm not born disabled. So
Yes.
start thinking like, if 85% have uh, got acquired disability, means over years, some or the other disability has come,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, so I think it is best to just use people first language.
Right. Right. So in the coming future, what do you see? For example, when I work with mental issues, problems that are related to mental health, which is constantly growing. In the coming few years, आपको लगता है कि ये disability word ही थोड़ा सा अ, बाहर निकल जाएगा हमारे vocabulary में से, और ये word शायद रहेगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि हर कोई फिर disabled ही होने वाला है, right?
Yeah, that's so true. In fact, one of our we keep saying our vision is like, that disability cause should just disappear, and that would happen if we constantly start spreading awareness. Say for example, I remember almost 13-14 years back I learned sign language. Now
Hmm.
when I learned sign language, I used to be fully excited, motivated. Hey, can I go meet a deaf? And again, here using word deaf is okay, no using word dumb. So when I used to go and meet deaf, and we used to say, "Hi, my name is Prarthana, Prarthana." The immediate response I used to get was, "Are you deaf?" I was like, "No." "Is someone in your family deaf?" I was like, "No." "Why?" "Because you're signing." So you're seeing how we have created that space between them and us by telling like, hey, I have to have a reason to learn sign language. Versus today, the change is we have been trying to do a lot of sign language workshops so that more and more people learn sign language.
Hmm.
Now the change that I have seen after we
Hmm.
started a lot of sign language workshops, one day one of the volunteer writes on her Facebook that,
Hmm.
today I learned alphabets in sign language. I went to MG Road Metro and I saw pottery artist doing nice pots and
Hmm.
teaching people, and
Hmm.
his son was helping him.
Hmm.
So she goes and she was like, hey, I have learned. Let me just try. So she goes and says, "Hi, my name is Alekia." Now the response she got was, "Are you volunteer? Giftable." Now a change that
Wow.
has started happening
Yeah.
from people asking, "Are you deaf or are you normal?"
Hmm.
to people asking, "Are you volunteer? Are you volunteer who
Amazing.
has learned sign language?" That is the change that will
Right.
make sure your awareness is increasing. Slowly,
Right.
slowly, you will be more and more aware.
Right.
And I think disability as a cause should just disappear.
Right, right. So I think in those few years, even they have adapted to you as
Yes,
coming up, becoming a part of their lives rather than them being
that's right.
included
That's
in
right.
you. That's so amazing. That's so amazing to hear. So coming to the next question, I want to understand, uh, as a child who's born as a disabled child, what kind of biases does that child go through when he goes to school, when he becomes an adult, at home, and at universities? I mean, I'm sure you have seen those phases of a child's life. So can you tell
Yeah.
us about it more?
I think I would talk from Indian perspective, where
Yes.
70% of our population are in rural India,
Right.
right? Leave aside the education, the uh, basic uh, things that are needed. There are therapies that they could go through. That awareness is missing. By the time the parents accept that they have a child with disability, lot of years are passed just to accept that it is difficult. And I don't blame parents for that. It is difficult for a parent to accept that my child can't hear, my child can't walk, my child can't see. Right? To accept that it takes a lot of time. But if it is quickly accepted, if they are part of early intervention projects that are running in different parts of our country, where therapies are given, at least the child is tried to mainstream, then there will be a lot of change. Currently, the scenario is improving. I would not say it is too bad, but there has to be again lot of awareness that keeps happening.
Right.
Secondly, I see like, because our schools are still not accessible, leave aside for child with disability. I had recently visited schools around Pune in rural areas. So I have seen children climbing mountains, crossing the river, and coming to the school. Now it is difficult for them to reach to school. How can a person with disability reach there? So you will not even find one child with disability in the school as well, right? If there are any schools that has like, 4 5 children with disability, we would be like, oh man, wow, that school, it is so good, it is so inclusive, they have so many children with disabilities,
Hmm.
right? Why do we have to have one school that is role model? Why can't every school be role model?
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes.
if that happens, then that will solve most of our issue.
Right,
So if
right.
I give you some facts which says less than 1%. So in our country, almost if I go as per Indian census, 2 crore people are people with disability. If I go as
Right.
per WHO, 15 crore people in our country are people with disability. Out of which only 1% get meaningfully employed. What happens to the rest of the
Yes.
population? सिर्फ 1 लाख लोगों को सही जॉब मिल रहा है, right?
Right,
बाकी लोगों का क्या होगा? उसमें
right,
70% are in rural areas.
right.
उसमें children can't go to school because schools are not accessible. Result of this, 50% of children drop out by the time they reach high school.
Yes, yes. So
So जब
they,
corporates, yeah, so when the corporates are searching that, hey, I have requirement, I need someone for HR, accounts, engineer, all the roles. But here, if our education system is such, People want to study, people want to grow, but they can't reach that level,
Right.
right?
So
So
the
there is still that gap.
yeah, so the
Yeah,
lack of opportunity starts from the house.
from the house, from the school, from the education system. If
So
that
can
is
you
made more
yeah,
inclusive.
can you give us an instance where a parent does not understand that the child is disabled and tries to create like a bias in his behavior? Does that ever happen to a child like that?
That keeps happening a lot. That's it. For parents, still there are people who believe in superstition, so they would
Yes,
not
yes,
would prefer taking them to a baba than to a doctor.
yes,
Right? They would want the child to be good. Still they believe like ये मेरे पिछले जन्मों का कर्म है. And that's when I have a child who is
yes,
disabled.
yes, yes, yes,
Many people leave aside rural India, even in cities, people do believe that.
yes,
So the only thing that will work is more and more awareness, more and more success stories to be got. I remember a couple of years back when we started Giftable, and we started understanding what are those gap areas, where we should start working, how should we support people with disability, live a life with dignity, how can we do that? And we realized like if you give that support, now simple example, now this is like a painting that I always have on my desktop. Now this is by Akhilesh, who is a person with autism. He is a young adult with autism. Now we remember meeting his mom, and she saying, I don't know what would happen to my child after me. And this is a mom who has been quite supportive. This is a mom who cares for her son, and she wants to see her son grow. So we said, don't worry, something good will happen. And that year we got this order. Since Giftable is working on supply chain diversity, we got this order for this painting from Cisco. Now a change. She came back saying, you know what? Today Akhilesh is one of the breadwinner in the family. Slowly change has started
yes,
happening. It
yes,
did not
yes,
stop there.
yes.
What happens next? Next year, we get one more order from another company called Amadeus. And Akhilesh brother works there. He goes home with the hamper, which has chocolates made by children, youth with autism, which has a nice little hamper of pottery made by again people with disability,
Right.
and this painting. Now, when he goes to home and he tells his mom, you know what, such a proud feeling. I got this hamper and it has a painting of my brother. A proud feeling that now he tells his colleagues that, yeah, this is by my brother. So imagine,
Amazing.
like, 2,000 people getting it. Now, where she was scared of talking or thinking what would happen to my child, to first level where she said, hey, he is one of the breadwinner, to today she shows painting to Akhilesh and he just says his name and walks off without even realizing the impact he has created on his family. Family is now going out and talking about him. So a
Right,
level where I was scared to even tell that my in my family there is my child who is with autism. Today I proudly talk about it. Slowly
right,
the society will accept it. So it starts within, it goes out, and the
yes,
society will start accepting. Society will start being aware, and slowly that superstitious thing, everything will go away. So
right,
yes,
right, right. Absolutely. This was such an amazing story. But I'm very sure that this is just 1 or 2% of the entire population. I mean,
right,
there are still
right. Not
people,
even a part.
yeah. So has Giftable seen such superstitious cases in the organization where people have you've met people in ground and seen that people do not believe in you when you say that this is just a physical disability and nothing to do with God or any superpower? Has that happened with Giftable anytime?
It keeps happening. It keeps happening at one end. At the other end, there are a lot of good organizations in different rural areas who have
Hmm.
worked on it over years. So today, people have started accepting, people have started moving ahead.
Hmm.
There have been times when people would, now. talk about it. Now start understanding solutions to it. I remember when we started Livelihood Center in Bagalkot, uh, all the parents, they were hesitant to send their women with disability who were in their house to our center for training, because they were like, oh वो anyways disabled है, वो anyways कुछ काम नहीं कर सकती है, वो तो घर का काम कर लेगी. Hey, at least you try getting them out of the house, कुछ करने को try करो, कुछ नया skill सिखाओ. And today the change is, after the 10 days course of tailoring, today the parents come and ask, when is the next training? मेरा बच्चा क्या सीखेगा? So now the change again, right? From someone saying, अरे ये तो घर पे ही रहेगी, ये तो घर का ही काम करेगी, to they saying, what is the next training? To these girls have started being independent and earning their livelihood. Right.
So
yeah.
So this again goes to the stigmatization that even though the child, they know that the child is disabled, they are very confident that the child will stay at home and do things at work, at home.
Yeah, because they would have seen what is happening in outside world. They would not
Yes,
know.
yes.
It is again a difficult to accept the child is disabled. B, also accept the fact that although there is some disability, there are a lot of other opportunities which could be explored.
राइट सो वो सिर्फ वही अपॉर्चुनिटीज एक्सप्लोर करना चाहती हैं जो घर के चार दीवारियों
Correct.
में बंद हो और जहाँ पे
Yes.
सुपरविजन 100% हो. So this also
Right.
comes to another stigmatization that any person with disability will always need a supervision, which is a myth, right?
Yeah, not necessary he or she requires me.
Right.
Again, to add, it is only the difference between a person who is disabled and not disabled is that little disability that the person has. Given
Right.
that little reasonable accommodation, given that little support, they will perform at par with any one of us. So
Right.
I don't.
Because when I came to your workshops, I saw people who could not see but were giving such beautiful presentations on their laptops, and people from the corporate world were listening to them. They were amazed with how they were doing, and without any supervision. So which clearly states that these people don't need supervision till the time they know that okay, now they can be on their own rather than having people around to supervise them.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the initial support that they would
Right.
need. Otherwise, initial support, the reasonable accommodation. If there's a person on wheelchair, then he might need support with wheelchair.
Yes.
Can someone drop me till my desk? Right?
Right.
Can
Right.
someone take me to the washroom?
Right.
If someone
Right.
is visually impaired, can I have a software that would help me do my work? Which is again at par with you, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Yes. तो प्रार्थना, आप सिंस इतने सालों से इस कॉज के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, आपको क्या लगता है कि ये बायस जो है ये इन लोगों की तरफ हम नॉर्मल लोगों का क्यों आया है? डज दिस कम फ्रॉम सेंचुरीज की, मतलब हमारे पूर्वज भी उनको गलत नज़र से ही देख रहे थे, या फिर ये एक ऐसा कुछ बिहेवियरल पैटर्न आ गया है हमें जो हमने इनको थोड़ा सा अलग कर दिया है और हम खुद को नॉर्मल कह देते हैं और इनको नॉर्मल नहीं कहते हैं? तो ये कहाँ से शुरुआत हुई होगी?
कहाँ से शुरुआत? I seriously have no answer to that. But if may ask you, like, since how many years are you working?
I've been working past 7-8 years now.
Okay. In your work, how many people with disability were your colleagues?
Not even.
How many jobs did you change?
I changed 3 to 4 jobs, and none of my colleagues were disabled.
क्यों?
Oh my God! None of my colleague was disabled. Yes,
That's your answer. That's your answer. मेरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मैं पिछले 7 साल से, मतलब आई एम टेकिंग योर एग्जांपल, यू आर वर्किंग फॉर 7 years, you have changed 4 jobs, you have not met even one person with disability, while in your country 15% of people are people with disability. So at least in your work, even if there were 1 or 2 people with disability, change.
Yes. Right.
There might be laws that are helping today. There might be laws that have started talking about rights of person with disability.
Hmm.
There are few companies who have started implementing those.
Right.
Those are helping to get that number high. Maybe next time you go to a corporate, next time you meet someone, you might find a mix.
Hmm.
But again, we have a long way to go. Today, if I have like 2-3% of my workforce, which are who are people with disability, I feel good about it. Oh my God, 2%. But also compare it with countries' population, जहाँ पे 15% are people with disability.
Right. 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 Right.
So
Um.
it has from ages, from
Yes.
ages.
Yes.
Also, many a times, like I said, education system is not inclusive. Secondly, even if corporate wants to hire, that fear of can a person with disability be hired? And we keep saying, why not? If a person with disability has right skills, right attitude, right qualification, and
Yes.
can fit the role that you have posted, then why not hire a person with disability?
Yes, yes, right, right, absolutely. So, I want to understand from you, Prarthana. Uh, like you mentioned, that most of the parents are unable to even digest the fact that their child is disabled. So, does that come to a point where these parents are not even aware that something like a disability can come to their child? मतलब वो acceptance जो है वो इस वजह से भी आता है क्या, जहाँ पे lack of knowledge हो?
Yeah, lack of knowledge, lack of awareness is the main reason. Third, also, what happens is many a times we spend 2-3 years in the thought that अरे मैं बच्चा थी तो मैं भी बहुत लेट बोलना चालू किया, मैंने भी बहुत लेट करना चालू किया, राइट? आई वॉक वेरी लेट, आई स्पोक वेरी लेट. तो मे बी उसी की वजह से मेरा बच्चा भी थोड़ा टाइम ले रहा है, बट देन वो टाइम ले रहा है ना, 3-4 साल ऐसे ही निकल जाएगा. uh, but taking a step and at least checking कि वो time क्यों ले रहा है might help many parents.
Right, right.
So yeah,
So
as in
what
you
is
need not
the
panic, but
hmm.
then at least go and do a quick check if there is any issue.
So what is that age जहाँ पे एक parent
Zero
जाके,
to six.
sorry,
0 to 6. Zero to
0 to
six is
6?
the age where which is like when you can get the interventions done, and that would help your child to at least get mainstream.
Right, right. So if a child is not able to hear, when can a parent get to know that वो बच्चा सुन ही नहीं पा रहा
As
है?
early as in the first year itself, doctors can help them do that.
In the first year?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Also, I want to understand that since there is lack of knowledge and lack of awareness among parents, क्या कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि पेरेंट्स जो हैं वो बायस अपने बच्चों में अर्ली एज में डालना शुरू करते हैं, जहाँ पे they start to feed the child unknowingly that you are disabled, you're someone who will always need
No, I
assistance.
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so because I think most of the parents then, if they identify that their child has disability, then they start finding out solutions, which is that inclusive school where I can put my child.
Right, right.
How can I make my child's life more comfortable?
Hmm.
If the
Hmm.
child is not able to walk, what is it? What are those little modifications I do at my home? How do I help my child become more and more inclusive? At least I have seen that parents put in that effort.
Right.
So I don't think there are any biases on those lines.
In all
Even
right.
in rural areas, I have seen farmers carrying their children all the way from their village, catching 2-3 buses, coming to our therapy centers, and getting the therapies done. They save the money just for getting the children come to the
Right.
therapy center.
Right. Right.
So whether it is rural or whether it is urban, there are people, parents, I think they give their best to make sure the child is felt more included.
Yes. Right. Right. Absolutely. कम्युनिटी में या फिर स्कूल्स में ऐसे बच्चों को बुली किया जाता है? आपके पास ऐसे केसेस आती हैं जहाँ पे children come to you saying that I was bullied because of my disability, I was called names. Does that happen?
Not much, not much, not much. because these days people do understand. People go back to their parents, ask, like, that child didn't respond, he didn't know he was using his hand, why is he using his hand, why is he not talking? So again, like I said, awareness plays a major role in all of this.
Have you seen the same
Last
pattern?
year,
Have you seen the
yeah,
same pattern in low income schools जहाँ पे बच्चे जल्दी bully करते हैं एक दूसरे को? तो
people are as in, I would say people are kind enough not to, and very rare cases. I haven't come across any such cases.
राइट
uh,
राइट सो वो इंटिमिडेट करने का जो एक स्पेस होता है वो नहीं है अभी.
it's not there, it's
It's
not
not
there.
there. Right.
That's the thing, yeah.
Right, right. I am very happy to hear this from you, because I was always assuming that such people are most of the times bullied in schools, because even normal children would not even understand कि अरे ये बच्चा ऐसे क्यों behave कर रहा है, क्या ये पागल है, क्या ये चल नहीं पा रहा है. बहुत सारी ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो बच्चे बोल
Yeah,
देते हैं
but
बट
I
उस.
think कुछ
हम्म.
हद तक अभी अवेयरनेस होना चालू हो गया
Yes,
है.
yes, yes.
uh,
That's one thing.
and we have done a lot of awareness on streets, on
Yes,
signals.
yes,
We
yes,
have started spreading awareness. We do awareness at school. So similarly, there might be many other organizations too who
yes,
reach
yes,
out to schools. I have seen, I think in fifth or sixth standard, there is a chapter on Braille and sign language.
yes, yes,
That is again a good thing that probably the education system has done. At
yes.
least having a chapter which is spreading awareness to the young generation of our country,
Yeah,
right?
and in fact, a lot of schools now also have Braille included in their uh, in their
Curriculum, yeah, yeah,
curriculum, so that such people can also sort of be present in the entire space. Um,
correct, correct.
I want to ask you, Prarthana, um, apart from having this being vulnerable that I am already disabled, uh, do these do people with disability find it difficult to express their vulnerabilities? And let's say if a child is going through some mental trauma, especially teenagers, if they're going through mental traumas, are they open to talking about it to their loved ones or people who can they can communicate with, or is it still a
Uh,
barrier?
I might not be the right person to answer this, being a non-disabled. So maybe we can check with someone who is a person with disability.
Right,
But
right,
having worked with many of them, I would say yes. Some of them feel uncomfortable saying talking about their vulnerabilities. Say, for example, I want to go to washroom and I need help. How comfortable am I? Imagine I'm on a wheelchair, I have to go to washroom, and I need help. So by the time I am feeling like thoda comfortable telling, seeing people who can help me, reaching out to them, you or me, अगर मेरे को जाना है सुसु करने, I'll run and go, right? I
yes,
know कि अरे washroom उधर है, but imagine state of a person with disability, even someone
yes,
who's vision impaired,
yes,
asking someone, hey, where's the restroom? Not all people might be comfortable, right?
yes, yes,
Similarly, when it comes to a lot of things that are running in their head, when we talk about mental health,
right,
I'm not really comfortable. And again, if I consider it, I remove that disability part, even probably you or me, if we are going through a bad phase, it's just like us. Like, if I am going through a bad phase, I'm not comfortable talking. Same is with a person with disability. Some may be comfortable, some may speak out, some may reach out to counselors, some may talk about it, but many still aren't.
right,
Same
right,
like a population of people without disability.
right, right,
It's
right.
the same. It's the same, Mamta. Like the way we are at
Function,
times
yeah.
we don't want to talk about it. Same goes
Yes,
with them.
yes, yes, yes. So my context was I was looking at someone um, who probably is going through is dyslexic or is autistic. For a person like that, the entire body is functioning properly. It's just that the brain does not function in the right manner. So ऐसे लोग कैसे फिर अपना एक तो उन्हें ऑटिज्म है, उनको पहले से ही कभी कभी ऐसा लगता होगा कि हम बर्डन कर रहे हैं किसी को हमारे काम से। इसके ऊपर अगर हम और भी कोई हमारी मेंटल इशू किसी और को एक्सप्रेस करना चाहे, विल दैट पर्सन बी अवेलेबल और विल ही शो मी अवे? So such kind of thoughts might be coming to their minds, right? Because for
But
you,
then they won't be able to express it
yes, yes,
since the way they are currently. It's just that I think when I talk about people with autism or neurodiversity,
yes,
typical crowd, then it's just that my brain wiring versus their brain wiring is different.
yes,
It's
yes,
not the
absolutely,
same, but
absolutely,
yeah. So in that case, in this case, probably I might just open up and say, "Hey, Mamta, I'm facing this issue." In their case, they may not be able to, but at times it comes out as a frustration, right? I may just show it in the form of anger, or I may just show it in the form of love towards my loved ones. So I may be too much attached to my mom, and I would just hug her, and I would want to
right,
say that yes, I'm glad you are with me, and just be with me.
right, right, right. Um, Coming to this pandemic, how has this pandemic affected people with disability?
I would say it's almost the same. There have been challenges. There have been a lot of youth with disability who were going to colleges, had to go back to their rural native places. All the educational institutes said, okay, we are going virtual, but then they did not even have access to basic phone. So
Right,
they had to suffer a lot. I had received a lot of requests from visually impaired students who said, "Ma'am, can you please check with volunteers and try to arrange one laptop or at least a phone where I
right,
can start attending my classes?"
right.
My lecturers are scolding me saying, "You're not attending," but then how do I tell them I
Yes,
can't even afford to buy a phone?
yes, yes, yes,
Right? So these
right.
were some of the challenges. Also, the parents had to go through a lot. Caretakers had to go through a lot
Yes,
because the working parents, right? Earlier, I used to go to office. Now my office is at home. My child is at home. I have to manage, balance everything.
right.
It hasn't been a easy phase. It has been a difficult phase both for children with disabilities, their parents, their caretakers.
Yes, yes.
Overall,
Because
it's not a
I remember speaking to one of my friends who works, who's a counselor, and she works with children with disability, and she mentioned to me saying that these children, since they are not used to sitting at home for a very long time, they've become so anxious. They start becoming angry on their parents, and their parents are unable to even control the anger, and they're constantly looking for counselors and caretakers who could at least come for an hour to their home and sort of calm the children down. So I'm sure
yes.
children are affected more in this
Yeah,
pandemic.
they are.
Yeah.
In fact, there have been a lot of virtual sessions, but again, to move from non-virtual world to virtual world would have taken couple of months. I
Right.
remember Giftable was one of those quickest organization who moved quickly to virtual world. We started
Right.
doing a lot of sensitization workshops virtually. We started recording
Right.
books for visually impaired. We
Right.
started doing mentoring sessions and all.
Right.
And just recently, I had like couple of events on Down syndrome, because it was World Down Syndrome Day.
Yes.
We had couple of events with parents of children with Down syndrome, with children themselves, youth themselves, and I think at least these platforms have helped. The virtual platforms have helped them uh, to engage them for some time at least.
Right.
There
Right.
are a lot of therapy classes which are now going on virtually, so I think it
Right.
has helped.
Right. I have one doubt in my mind. So when it comes to virtual classrooms, and I'm sure children are now giving examinations. So how are children who are visually impaired, children who cannot hear, children who cannot write, how are they coping up with the examinations? Because offline exams used to have scribes and people who can
Right,
volunteer to
right.
write the answer sheets.
Yeah,
So
even
now,
now there are visually impaired who have been using scribes. But again, they have reached out saying in this college I have to go and give exams. So can you arrange for a scribe?
right,
So exams are happening. I think in last 1 year, many exams were cancelled. So same
yes,
was the case with them. So
yes,
now it is back. So recently I have started again receiving requests saying, "Ma'am, can you arrange for scribe at so and so place?" So
right.
yeah, so it's
And in this
back to that.
pandemic, you get volunteers who actively come and do it.
Yes, yes, there are a
That's
lot of
amazing.
volunteers. Yeah, and I think we'll surely need a lot of volunteers to bring in that change. And then
True.
especially during pandemic, we have seen a lot of people coming ahead and wanting to volunteer on different issues.
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
Right. So this takes me to the next question. When we talk about inclusion and diversity, we said that the problem starts from the house. So I would like to come to the other side of the coin and say how can parents can instill more respect and inclusion to their children who seem normal. For example, जैसे मेरे बच्चे होंगे तो मैं ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ें कर सकती हूँ सो दैट मैं अपने बच्चे को समझा सकती हूँ कि अगर कोई पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी है भी तो उसको आप
Then
इंक्लूडेड कैसे कर सकते हो. Yes,
right,
yes.
right,
So what are the
right.
things
So
that we can do?
yes, many parents have taken that step. So in fact, during pandemic, we had special classes for all the children on sign language. So there were like I think we had around 100 children who underwent the sign language course. Not just from India, we had children from Germany, we had children from America who joined Singapore, India, all the different countries. So there were parents from different countries who took this step saying, "Hey, I want my child to learn sign language. I want my child to be more inclusive."
Right.
I think that is one best step that they can take. They can, in fact, form a group and say, "Hey, just like you have drawing classes and the
Yes.
dance classes going on, and if you have parents group, reach out to us. Say, hey, I have like 10 children and who want to learn sign language. I have 10 children who want to understand the world of people with disability. What are
Right.
their challenges?"
Right.
And we will be happy to work on it. So again,
Right.
awareness and parents getting their children. We've done a lot of sessions for corporate employees, and then I have also seen some of the employees getting the children when it was awareness session, when it was sign language session.
Right.
That's a nice step that people could do.
Right. And do you find these children more interactive? Are children more sort of
Yes, yes,
excited
they are.
to?
They are excited. They are excited to ask more questions. I have received questions like, "Why can't the child hear? You know, क्यों नहीं सुन सकता है? क्या हो गया उसको? Why I have to learn sign language?" And it's interesting, as in children are curious, and that's the age when I think kids are also fast in learning.
Yes,
So
yes, right.
yeah, that's the age we should just have children learn more and more sign language and other
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Prarthana, what are the laws that in India, especially, which are towards giving more equal rights to people with disability? And do these people even know about these rights? Do they exercise these rights actively?
Yes. So laws have been there since long. There have been RCI, right? So there has been different laws that have been there. Of late, the latest one being Rights of Persons with Disability Act, which was passed in 2016, which talks about what are the rights and entitlements. So it says like, corporates have to declare that they have people with disability, how many people are there, what are their rights. The best part about this law is earlier there were only 7 disabilities. Now there are 21 disabilities that are included.
Right.
Previously, there was no Down syndrome was not included, blood disorders were not included. All of that has got included. So yes, so I think people are aware about the law, people are using it, and we will see a lot of changes, because law had one of the things that said your places need to be accessible within 5 years. So I think by
Yes.
2021, many corporates are putting in effort to make sure that places are accessible. So
Right.
slowly we will start seeing those changes as well.
Right, right. Do you also see startups being more inclusive now? And now that in the last 1 decade, there's so many startups coming up. Do you see a change in this area also?
I would say it's the same, as in there are few startups who would want to be more inclusive. They would surely reach out, ask, how can I be more inclusive? Can I hire people with disability? Can I make my places accessible?
Right,
Again, awareness has helped in that line. But yeah, there are, I would not say a big number, but then there are startups also who are showing interest to be more and more inclusive.
right, right, right. So, can you tell us one instance jahan pe there was a corporate which was a little apprehensive about hiring people from such diverse backgrounds, and then later on they became one of the best organizations to hire such people. Have you come across such organizations in your
There are many. There are many. I may not be able to name the organizations, but
course?
there are a lot of organizations. Based on our work with hundreds of corporates, we have realized what could help them. So we have come up with framework that helps corporates to understand what are the step-by-step methodology that corporates need to follow to be more inclusive when it comes to people with disabilities,
Right,
right? Sensitizing the leaders, sensitizing the team members, all this is the first step that corporates need to take, rather than directly jumping to hiring people with disability.
right,
So now corporates have started following that. More and more people are getting sensitized. We have seen that once the awareness is done, once the sensitization is done, people have started thinking, how can I make my place more inclusive? So they've
right,
started working on their infrastructure, and slowly they have come back saying, hey, now I'm ready, can I hire a person with disability?
right.
So
So
yeah, we've seen that.
Giftable sort of gives support in all of these steps, or do you
Yes, all
intervene?
of the steps, all of
Right,
the steps. Yeah.
right,
So Giftable is an end-to-end inclusion partner, where we say right from sensitizing to making sure your places are accessible. So we do accessibility audit and understand what changes could help the places be more inclusive. To doing lot of different employee engagements, lot of awareness sessions. To may helping them with hiring as well, hiring people with disability. Also, if they cannot hire people with disability directly, then we have a supplier diversity wing, where we have corporate gifting options,
right,
where there are products made by people with disability. So
right,
there are a lot of corporates who have come back saying, hey, I can't hire a person with disability, but I want to support. So how do I support? So a
right,
either through CSR, or secondly, there are corporates who are taking conscious steps to make sure their employee onboarding kit is a kit that is made by people with disability.
right,
Or you want to recognize your employees during pandemic, the gifts given are sent to their individual homes, that are
right,
again made by people with disability,
right,
right?
right,
Be it Diwali gifting, be it New Year gifting, Women's Day gifting. People are being more and more inclusive. Corporates are being more and more inclusive.
right,
And overall evaluation, how has my journey been? So we
right,
are part of that end-to-end journey when it comes to
right,
corporates.
right. You deal with a lot of volunteers on the streets also. Have you come
Yes.
across any instances where people were not very comfortable with with your interventions, and how did you try and convince them about your work and what you do?
So we have done lot of sessions on streets. We have gone with placards. We have done Steinathon, which is like,
Yes, I
silent
remember that.
movement, where we said each one will teach 10 others.
Yes.
And people who were uncomfortable also have ended up learning sign language on that day, going and teaching 5 more people.
Yes, yes,
And I mean, we had like a human chain of almost 300 to 500 volunteers.
yes,
And most of them were someone who never knew that, okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. So they have
yes,
learned, they have started communicating. We had volunteers who were deaf. So it was an inclusive event where we had volunteers who could hear and had learned sign language, who could not hear and were teaching sign language. So it was
right,
like a good. So I think there are people who are hesitant also, but that's okay because at least they are observing, sitting there and observing kya ho raha hai. At least that message is reaching them, saying,
right,
hey, yeah, there's new language called sign language. Oh, this is how they interact. This is how they are communicating.
right,
In fact,
right.
we've seen people going into malls with their children, stopping by, coming back, and saying, "Hey, my child wants to learn. You are teaching sign language, so yeah,
Yes,
come."
I have
Yeah,
witnessed that when this was happening in Bangalore. So I
right.
also saw a lot of people were first hesitant towards knowing what was happening, but the moment they
Yeah,
saw that it's new, it's liberating. Suddenly, people would come and say, "Oh, I also would like to learn. Oh,
yes,
this is very fun to
exactly,
do it."
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So the last
yeah, and
question to yeah, yeah, please
yeah,
tell.
and I think volunteers who were there from Giftable were already aware, so they did not take it as an offense if someone says, "No, I don't want to learn." It's
Yes,
perfectly fine. At least you made that attempt to spread awareness.
yes.
अवेयरनेस हुआ अच्छा है नहीं हुआ तो भी एटलीस्ट एक मैसेज चला गया सो इट इज
Right,
ओके
right, right, right. So my last question to you is, how have you seen Giftable changing the way people look at inclusion, especially in the corporates, because your work majorly is with corporates and volunteers. तो गिफ्टेबल ने अपनी जर्नी अब तक में ऐसा क्या चेंज देखा है जो everybody should know about it.
So initially we were more into awareness building, which
Hmm.
has still continued. Slowly we started going to rural areas. We started understanding what are the challenges. We started partnering with local organizations. Today we have presence in almost all the states in
Yes.
partnership with local organizations. We have physical presence in Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. We've started reaching out to low income states. We've started doing projects in different states in India. So I think we were able to identify what are the gaps. So we know that our focus has to be these three things, which is your health, education, and livelihood of people with disability. So
Right.
today we have a team working on inclusive education where we say if a child can't go to school, can the school go to child? So we're working on that. We're working on health of people with disability, especially women and children with disability. We've started working on livelihood. And while all of this is happening on ground at one end, we are working with corporates at other end on being their extended arm and telling them, hey, can we work together and start spreading more and more awareness to employees at large, to leaders at large, and be more and more inclusive.
Yeah,
Uh,
because by the end of the day,
yes,
every child is going to turn to a corporate
exactly.
for his livelihood. So until and unless,
Also,
yeah,
corporates, there might be parents who have children with special
yes,
needs, right?
yes,
So, in one way, the sessions have also helped them come out and say, your sessions have helped me also feel good that hey, I know I have a child with disability and how do I work and I don't feel bad about it.
yes. And I'm not the
I'm
only one who is going through this.
not the only one.
Yes. Yes, it's like building a community within a community which understands each other much more than what we should do. I am so happy to speak to you, Pratna. This was such an eye opener. I had come with a lot of bias in my head, to be very honest. I thought that a lot of things which I think exist in this community, but after speaking to you, I think it just broke my myth in a lot of ways. I am very sure that people who are going to listen to you will come back to Gift Tabled and see their work. I am very sure they will love to join your cause. I'm so thankful to speak to you today. Thank you so much for
Thank
talking to me.
you. Thank you
I
so much.
hope you also had a good time speaking.
I surely did, and I did not see you being nervous.
So all my
You
questions were just questions because,
were
to be very honest, this is something which is very sensitive. What I feel is very sensitive. We can never, as conscious human beings, it is it's our responsibility to choose the right words when we speak
right.
to people, because when we don't do, I'm sure our children are going to follow us in the same way. And I'm very uh, proud that people like you are creating that platform for people to have like an open, unbiased conversation where everybody is treated the same way. I'm so thankful to speak to you today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot
Yeah.
for
So
joining us.
sign language. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Take care.
You too.